Stephanie here with you in the Volume.com studio this morning, joined now by some special guests. We've got Mike and Zachary of Mike and the Moonpies here this morning. How's it going?
Good. Happy to be here this morning.
So happy to have you in. Just a few days ahead of playing our Nashville Sunday Night Live concert broadcast this Sunday. Going to be out there at 3rd and Lindsley with David Quinn. Very excited for the show.
Yeah, it's great. I've been to a couple of these before, so I'm excited to actually do
nice.
them.
Yeah, it's so fun to have it out there and have it all broadcast on the radio. And we've been doing this series for I think it's definitely over 20 years, maybe 26 years now.
Oh, yeah.
And
everyone knows about it.
Yeah, and now with the addition of now we got the live streaming on video too, so it's super fun. Which also, by the way, if you're listening to this, we are currently live streaming from our studio as well right now at volume.com/lightning100 if you want to check out video. And this is not your first 3rd and Lindsley show. You guys said you've played out there a few times, right?
Yeah, we've had a couple of our own shows there. I've done it during Americana Fest a couple of times.
Oh, yeah, that's
also.
always a great time.
Yeah. I love it there. It's comfortable, and it's always a packed house. It's great.
It always feels so good there. And I love the whole balcony situation they've got going on.
Me too.
Well, before we get into it some more, you want to start us off with a song this morning?
Yeah, we're going to do one called Rainy Day. All right, Zach? 1, 2, 1, 2. Man's got to have a coat, walk along a higher road, learn to love the Holy Ghost, whatever does the pain. On a piece of the promised land, and take pride in a farmer's town, and get a little when you can, and keep praying for the rain. So I work my 9 to 5, I'm trying to keep the dream alive. I'm kicking it into overdrive and burning it at both ends. It takes a lot of Tanqueray and a little bit of take-home pay just to keep the woes away till the ships come sailing in. Blame it on my blood or on my destiny, but I do my work with a willing hand. I wake up when the rooster crows, I head home when the whistle blows, and I try to save a little dough for a rainy day. I could sure use some time to get away and clear my mind. Yeah, I'd like to wear the line and drift into outer space. Someday I'm gonna take a drive and head south down 35. Turn back when the tank runs dry or the highway meets the sea. Blame it on my blood or on my destiny, but I do my work with a willing hand. I wake up when the rooster crows, I head home when the whistle blows, and I try to save a little dough, gonna buy a Chevrolet. How the hell did we get here? You're in there and I'm out here. I sit around and I drink my beer while you sip sweet apple wine. Thank the Lord for both the kids. They don't know the things we did to keep all of the fighting head and the fan to the flame. Blame it on our blood or on our destiny, but we do our work with a willing hand. Wake up when the rooster crows, head home when the whistle blows, and we try to save a little dough. Learn to get high on laying low, and one of these days we'll make our getaway. Yeah.
Lightning 100. That is Mike and the Moonpies live here in the Volume.com studio and streaming over at Volume.com/lightning100. They're going to be headlining our Nashville Sunday Night Live concert broadcast this Sunday night with David Quinn opening that. Doors are at 5:30. The show starts at 7. You can grab your tickets at thirdandlindsay.com or just tune in to hear it here on Lightning 100. But sounding so great this morning, guys. Love that one.
Thank you.
So I did want to ask you if you were aware that there is actually a moon pie festival in Tennessee every year.
I didn't know that. I mean, I know that Chattanooga is like where the Moon Pie Company is.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think I even knew that. But yeah, there's like an RC Cola Moon Pie Festival, like an hour from Nashville, like every June. And I feel like I'm seeing some like co-branding there. That is the festival spot that's meant to happen.
I hope they have somebody listening to this and wants to book us for that.
You know what? Fingers crossed. We'll make it happen. But so you might not have been down to that one, but you guys are definitely like no strangers to Nashville. You've played a ton of shows here, including you had your Grand Ole Opry debut I think it was last September, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we're coming up.
That must have been so special.
It was great. That's the most nervous I've ever been.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Why? What made you so nervous about it?
It's just the weight of the situation is huge. And also, you know, we had our families there, you know, and everybody came in from Texas for that. I mean, we filled the room with Texans that night. and my wife and my son were there. And it was a lot to take in. I don't think I said a word before the show, just thinking about what I was going to say. And oh man, I want another shot at it, so I don't feel so nervous.
Yeah, I guess that's the downside of debuts. You only get to do it once,
That's
but
right.
You know, I'm sure you'll be back out there some other time though. But then, I guess about exactly a year from that, you're actually gonna be playing out at the Ryman this September too. Is that gonna be your first time playing Ryman?
It's our first time at the Ryman.
So that's another,
exactly.
That's another great. So you do get kind of a second.
Sure, I do. Yeah, that's right. That's the way I'm gonna look at it for sure.
But yeah, so you know, catch them this Sunday night at 3rd and Lindsley. And then they'll be back in September at the Ryman. And man, I was like, you know, getting ready for this interview, reading about you guys and stuff. And something I saw said you regularly play like 250 shows a year.
Yeah.
Which seems, I mean, I can't even like wrap my head around that.
Same. It's tough. I mean, we've been doing that for a long time. I mean, we've been doing this for 10, 15 years, you know, so we slowly got to that pace. And, you know, circling out, doing outside of the Texas stuff and national touring. So, you know, we have a lot of markets that are great for us that we just keep hitting, you know, try to do everything twice a year. And it's worked out really well. I mean, I hope to take that pace down a little bit because I'm getting tired and I do have a 5-year-old at home and I would like to spend more time there.
Yeah, so, I can imagine.
So, yeah, we're working on, you know, taming it down a little bit. But right now we got to get it while we can, you know.
I mean, with numbers, like with, you know, the amount of shows you guys play, I have to imagine like, the live show must be like what drives you guys, motivates you the most, I would guess.
Yeah, and I think it's what brings the people in to see us. I mean, you know, people I think like the records, but everyone talks about the show, you know, so that must be what's selling. I mean, it's working, obviously, so.
It's funny how, I mean, like, I think it's cool how there are those, you know, those bands out there who are like, yeah, they're like, the album bands, and then you've got the live show bands that people are just like, oh no, but you gotta see the show. It's all about it.
Yeah, that's what I hear a lot. Yeah, we're to the point now. I mean, we the shows have gotten more fun now because more people are coming and knowing all the words and there's sing-alongs and stuff. It's great.
That's so cool. Yeah. And then you guys are based out of Austin, Texas. And I feel like, so I've actually, admittedly, I've never been to Texas yet. Wow. I need to get down there, especially to Austin, because people always say Austin and Nashville kind of have like a somewhat similar thing going on.
Totally.
Do you feel that's true?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's, then both of the cities have changed a lot since I've been, you
definitely.
Know, it's like, but yeah, I mean, the artist community thing is very similar.
That's really cool. Yeah. And like, I feel like Texas kind of has its own, like, I don't even know how to phrase, like its own like musical ecosystem, just like as a state.
Oh, there's plenty of people I know that basically just tour Texas all the time. They never even leave. They don't have to.
No, that's what I was gonna ask, because it's like fascinating. Like I think it's really interesting how there are like there's a whole world of bands that like they just.
Well, it's as big as 3 or 4 states, you know.
I guess that's true. Yeah, it's like it's basically like its own regional area. Yeah.
Totally.
I've got Mike and the Moonpies here live in the Volume.com studio on Lightning 100. Going to be headlining our Nashville Sunday night live concert broadcast this weekend with David Quinn. That show going to be kicking off at 7 p.m. You can grab your tickets over at thirdandlindsley.com. So I was also reading about your most recent album, One to Grow On, which sounds like you did a lot of writing of that like during the pandemic, kind of like early days of that.
Yeah.
And I was reading like you wrote that kind of all from like a character perspective. Is that the first time you guys had done something like that?
Yeah, I try to not, make the same record twice. That's one thing that I'm trying to do. And And I was feeling like a different character during that time period. And I was spending so much more time at home, after doing, like you said, 200-something dates a year and then basically spending a year at the house.
That's a crazy adjustment.
Yeah, I was like changing on like a whole nother level. So I found, it was very nostalgic for me. I went down a lot of nostalgic rabbit holes there.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this old 85 Chevy pickup truck, and I just would sit in it in my driveway. And it kind of inspired that record. And just kind of like when I was growing up, and like I said, I'm raising a 5-year-old kid, and it just felt like I was reliving some of those older days, and so I kind of wrote from that perspective.
That's an interesting thing to not try to make the same album twice. I think that's a good aim. And, I know you did, if I was remembering right, you did an album in 2019 out at Abbey Road, right? With an orchestra. So those are those are two very different feelings.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's fun to do it that way. I mean, every record I feel like feels different, and the songwriting comes from a different place, but it all still sounds like us. Somehow we maintain that.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I got Mike and the Moonpies live here in the Volume.com studio. You want to play us maybe another one this morning?
Yeah, you want to do Out on the Hour? It's another hit about a heartache. Somebody done somebody wrong. All that remains of a memory now lives forever in a song. It took 1,000,000 broken pieces to fill an empty page with lines. I find a few to string together, find a way to make them rhyme. And every hour on the hour, it plays on my radio. And one thing leads to another, then another and another one. I don't mind a steady backbeat or a crying steel guitar, but you can keep your shot of whiskey. And who wants another broken heart? These days I drive around in silence, scared to death to touch the dial. Fear bringing back a memory damn near every country mile. And every hour on the hour, it plays on my radio. And one thing leads to another, then another and another one. I know everybody's been there, but I don't need to hear the tale. I've got that devil on my shoulder, the same as anybody else. Some days I need someone to talk to, but I don't need no troubadour singing me a sad reminder of someone walking out the door. Every hour on the hour, it plays on my
Lightning 100 got Mike and the Moonpies live here in the volume.com studio. The stripped down version of these songs, and you can come out to 3rd and Lindsley this weekend to see the full band show.